Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a get ready with me on my go-to spring makeup look. I'm going to be using a lot of my current favorites, just a lot of products that I've been loving for spring. Some are a little bit older, some are newer, but they're all products that I'm using on a daily basis, and I've been doing a very similar look on a day-to-day basis. And today's video is sponsored by Essie. I'm going to be sharing their Expressie nail polish collection. It's what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the shade Crop Top and Roll. I love the name of Essie nail polishes. They're super, super fun. You guys know I love to do nude nails. I like to wear a lot of nude makeup, so I wanted to do a similar makeup look to my nail color. So the Expressie line is actually a quick drying nail polish formula, so you can do your nails really quickly at home or on the go without having to take up too much time or wait around for your nails to dry. I don't have a lot of patience to let my nails dry for a very long time, so you can do your manicure very, very quickly. And I like to stick to more of a neutral nail, so Crop Top and Roll is my favorite shade in this collection. I'm such a neutral girl. I'm always wearing like neutral makeup, neutral clothing, neutral nail polish, but they also have a bunch of other like more colorful shades for spring. Lots of different colors depending on what kind of shades you like. This is the one I want to try next, air dry. This is really, really pretty as well if I want something with a little bit more of a pop of color. Gives my nails a nice shine to really, really like this look. You guys want to check out all of the shades in the Expressie line. All the info will be listed down below so you guys can check them out. And I'm gonna get right into the makeup look. So if you guys wanna see how I did my makeup today, then just keep on watching. All right, so getting started with some primer. I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier Perfector Pure Canvas Primer. I've been loving a lot of the Pure Canvas primers. Another one I love is the hydrating one. The only one I don't really like, I was gonna say I like all of them, but the only one I really don't like for my skin is the blurring one. I find it super, super matte, but the Perfector one, oh, it's awesome. It goes really nicely with every single foundation. It's like super lightweight, really hydrating, just like sinks into your skin without being heavy at all and gives you so much moisture. And then it also gives you a really nice base. And getting into foundation, I'm going in with a Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm just gonna apply it with my fingers and then blend it out with a beauty blender just because I really need to clean my foundation brushes right now. I'm looking at all of them and they are just a mess. Something I always avoid doing until like the very last minute, but I actually need to do that like tonight. So I'm just gonna blend this out. I might apply a tiny bit more, but I've been wearing this foundation a ton lately because I ran out of one of my favorite foundations. Actually two of my favorite foundations. I ran out of the Anastasia Luminous. I need to repurchase that like ASAP. And the Pure Cosmetics foundation, I am like on my very last drop of that one, so I'm literally saving that one for my next special occasion so I don't run out of it. I probably actually have like 2 or 3 uses left in that one, so I'm going with this one, which is like my next favorite, but I absolutely still love this foundation. This is probably like my 4th bottle. And I'm gonna use my favorite concealer, the Stay Naked from Urban Decay. I am pretty much done with this tube as well. I think I have a backup. It's awesome. It's like such good coverage. I love the little dent in the applicator because this part makes me so happy. It's like so satisfying where you can get precise coverage on like certain areas. And I wear the shade 40 NY. I like to do more like a neutral shade to like brighten under my eyes, and it helps make all the rest of my makeup match a little bit more since my foundation is a little bit more olivey. So this neutral concealer helps just even everything out. So for powder, I'm using the Everyday Vacay Coconut Powder by Ciate. I believe this is only available on the Ciate website. It does smell like coconut and it does get a little bit messy. Like if you tip it over, all of the powder falls out, but I've been able to save quite a bit of it. I got it in a BoxyCharm like a month or 2 ago, and I just love the scent of it. It just reminds me of like my childhood. Yeah, that's exactly, like it reminds me of like summertime as a kid because it smells like those copper tone sunscreens for kids that have like more of like a, maybe like a little bit of a fruitier scent compared to the regular adult sunscreen. And I'm actually gonna use this all over my face as well. With the Too Faced foundation, I like to end up using a matte powder instead of my Laura Mercier powder, because sometimes that can get like a little too luminous. So this helps keep everything more of like a demi-matte look, because the Too Faced foundation is like super hydrating. I also forget sometimes to like add powder to my neck, since I do bring the foundation down to my neck a little bit. So I gotta set that as well so I don't end up with powder all over myself. And I've been using like the same contour products honestly for years. I keep going back to my favorites, and I think I get to a place where once I'm starting to hit pan on something, I just want to keep using it until it's used up. I don't like it to sit there like almost halfway used up. So this is the Smashbox Cali Contour Kit. You guys are going to see me use this in every tutorial on Instagram, on here, probably until I at least use up these two powders. I just mix them together for my contour, and then sometimes I add a little tiny bit of this highlighter just to change it up, just to give it a little bit more of a luminous effect. And I think like contour products, bronzers, are the things that I always try to hit pan on and feel good about that. But when I hit pan on like eyeshadow palettes, I feel sad, because usually it's like a shimmer shade that's like my favorite lid shade and the reason that I love a certain palette. So when I use it up, I'm like, do I rebuy this whole palette? That usually ends up happening all the time with some like Anastasia palettes especially. So this is another one that I've been trying to use up for the last several months, the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Bronzer. Last year I used up the Too Faced Sweet Tea Bronzer. So this is one that I'm trying to use up maybe by summertime if I use it. Like, I do use it pretty much every single day. I think the only time I don't use this bronzer is like if I'm going out of my way for a video, to not be too redundant. But this is another fave just because it's like really creamy and also has a shimmer to it. All right, so I think so far I've used like a bunch of face products you guys have probably seen me use a million times, but these are just kind of like my staples, especially like these two products for contouring. I think when you find something that actually suits your complexion and blends out well, you just like stick with it. And also with foundation too. I never get sick of those kind of products. Usually it's just like eyeshadow that I try to use like newer products and get excited about those. But this is actually going to be a new blush. This is from Persona Cosmetics. They just released some blushes. This one is in the shade Georgia. They're super cute little blushes. It actually looks like very pink, but it's a little bit more of a peachier blush. It's actually a very creamy formula as well. I wanted to use this one today since we're gonna go for like a really nude look. I actually like that look where there's a ton of blush. I feel like it just looks very fresh. I just really like the emphasis of a peachy blush. All right, so it might look like a lot of blush, but once I add shadow, it's all gonna look more cohesive. So I'm gonna be using the Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop. This is a really pretty palette for spring. I mentioned this in my spring favorites, and I've been wearing it a lot lately, or I've been wearing it with like some other ColourPop palettes. Like I have a few in front of me that I've just been going towards, like the Coconuts California palette, and then this one have been like the palettes that I've been using the most lately. So I'm gonna go for more of like a peachy nude look. I'm gonna start off with this warm transition shade. I just like a pinky nude shadow right now. I feel like it's just like very natural, but with like a twist and a little bit more exciting than just like a plain nude look. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of this pink shadow. I'm just gonna blend it into my crease as well, just to make that a little bit brighter. And then I don't want it to get too orange, so I'm gonna go with this brown shade instead of like this orangey shade, just to keep it a little bit more neutral. Add that to my outer corner. I'm not trying to make like something super smoky, but I just want a little bit of dimension in the outer edge of my eye. So for my lid color, I'm just gonna spray a flat brush with some primer water, and then I'm gonna go into this shade, is my favorite The name of it is Seaside, this like shimmery pink shade. It is a little bit more flaky and glittery, so I really do try to, like if you see it kind of barely picks up on my brush at a time. So I do normally need to layer on this shade quite a bit and definitely make sure that my brush is a little bit more wet than normal. But it just adds that like peachy nude shimmer that has like some glitter to it, so it's a little bit more texture than just like a regular satin shade. All right, so that is basically it for eyeshadow. You want to keep it really like light. So I'm just gonna apply some eyeliner, maybe a little bit of eyeliner, not even anything dark, and throw on some lashes, and then I'll be right back to finish up the rest of the look. All right, so lashes are on, and I'm gonna finish off the lower lash line. I'm just gonna take this nude shade that I started off with. I might just do that on my lower lash line. I don't wanna add too much color. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with this. And maybe a little bit of a shimmer. So I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of this shimmery shade in the inner third of my eye. I like a little bit of a shimmer on my lower lash line just so it doesn't look too harsh and it doesn't close off my eye. I feel like it, actually I'm just gonna do that all over. I feel like that looks good, layered together. I'm just gonna finish up with the Bad Girl Bang. I love this for my lower lash line, or my bottom lashes, I mean. And I love this underneath falsies as well. That's what I put on under these falsies. And then for highlight, I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Chrome Lit, what is it called? Tarte Chrome Paint, Tarte Lit Chrome Paint. My absolute favorite highlighter, which is a complete mess. And I'm spilling all over the place, but I love this highlighter so much, especially when I'm doing more of like a nude, non-colorful eyeshadow look. I like to do something a little bit more dramatic for highlighter, and this is definitely the most dramatic highlighter I have because it shows up so pigmented. Even on days when I have like really minimal makeup, like just mascara, foundation, brows, I love to wear this highlighter because it just really acts as like an accent for the makeup look. And then to finish up, I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta lip cream. This one is, was it upside down? This one is in the shade She's Independent. I wanna get all of them because I love this formula. It's basically super opaque, like a liquid lipstick, but it's like a satin finish. It actually dries down a little bit more than like a regular cream lipstick. And then I'm also gonna top that off with this gloss from Becca. This one is in the shade Champagne Cream. I just want to lighten the lip look a little bit, just add a little bit more dimension, just in the center of my lips. This gloss is also like a little bit plumping. I just got it a couple days ago in my BoxyCharm. All right guys, so that's everything for my go-to pink nude look for spring. This is a look that I've been doing like on most days for the last several weeks. I do change up my lip color. Like I'm always wearing nude lips, but I do change up like the different glosses and finishes and like lipsticks. But this eyeshadow palette from ColourPop, the Sweet Talk palette, I've been wearing all the time for the last month, and sometimes I like to use this palette and then use this as like the lid color and just use some transition shades from here, or mix it up with some of my other ColourPop palettes too. And thank you again to Essie for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to check out their Expressie line, all the information will be listed in my description box where you can pick up any of the shades below. I ended up doing a pretty similar look. I end up always doing more of like a nude polished look. You guys are always seeing me wearing nude nails, and I like to match my makeup and my nails sometimes as well. So this is gonna be like my go-to color for spring, so definitely check it out, linked below. And all of the makeup that I wore today I'm gonna be listing below as well. And that's gonna be everything for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.